start with the special guest. Reggie, where did you first find out about the Dirty River Boys?
Mercury Lounge, Tulsa. From the Turnpike Troubadours, R.C. Edwards.
They recommended them?
Yeah, I was hanging out and they're like, hey, you should hang out with these guys. You might not want to hire them, but they should hang out at your bar. Just go drink a lot.
And it's the
wine.
bar.
Yeah, the Mercury Lounge is probably the greatest bar in the
Greatest bar ever.
world. Ever. Yeah.
The bar sucks.
The bar sucks.
Bar sucks.
Change.
Yeah.
Bar sucks.
Next subject.
We've talked to the Stragglers, got Grant doing a cooking show. You guys have your own resident burrito slinger here.
Hi,
fed me
Travis,
several times yesterday.
Yeah, man.
Hey, I want to say,
Travis.
Travis is not just a burrito slinger. He's a hell of a cook all around, man. We were at Steamboat last year, and he made 20 filet mignons for everyone at the house, man. He's a good cook. He's a good boy.
Didn't he make tamales?
Before musician?
I mean, it was never really an occupation. It was something that I was passionate about, that I could go to and leave without burning bridges. Like cooks, line cooks, they're a dime a dozen, you know, much like a musician. And you can always pick up a gig somewhere, and I was passionate about it, and I did a few restaurants. Funny story, one of the restaurants that I was really happy to work at in El Paso, Nino came into, I was working there maybe like 3 months. I'd gone back to it, going through hard times, and he came up, and that was when he told me he was doing music full time. And I told that restaurant, man, I gotta go pursue my music with this guy, with Nino, and they knew who he was. So they'd gone into the restaurant before, and they're like, man, best wishes, and they let us play there a few times for a brunch that they used to do.
They didn't really have live music.
They never had live music, you know, but like, I worked hard and I was passionate about cooking in their restaurant, and they saw my passion in music, and it was that cool thing. And I love restaurants and I love food, and so does so does everybody in the band. We all are big foodies, and stopping for lunch is our tour manager's worst nightmare. Just for lunch, dude. Like, we do not settle for crap, dude. Like, I mean, it's very rare, you know, even if we have to make it ourselves, or, you know, we like good food.
You'll stop at the grocery store and get your own stuff before you go to
Sure,
McDonald's.
absolutely. They've been known, you know, absolutely. Sometimes I eat like, gross, dude. This guy looks like me 2 years ago, man.
Yeah, he does.
You know, dude, you should have seen him. He had a hat on and like a flannel. And
What's
some
his, skinnier or
jeans and boots.
fatter?
I was like, dude.
Is this thing running?
It is.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Come back! They scared Reggie away.
Yeah.
Yes. Pointed right at you.
He likes it. That's blushing. You know what the red light means, bro.
Hi, I'm Reggie. Nice to meet you guys. I'm Innocent.
Burritos are El Paso style, and your music is too. But you're from Hill Country, San Marcos?
I'm outside of San Marcos. There's a little town called Zorn, Texas.
All right.
That's where I hail
How'd
from.
you all get hooked together?
Well, I knew their old tour manager. I grew up with their old tour manager, and then they kept coming from El Paso to Austin, and I go up to Austin every once in a while, and I guess.
Didn't you guys play at a bar, like an acoustic thing? They wouldn't let you guys hook up to amps? You guys told me that story once.
I don't know, maybe.
Probably.
So.
Would you guys play acoustic in El Paso, and they would not let you guys put up any amps? That's why it kind of became an acoustic band.
Yes, it
Yeah, they
is.
started.
Yeah, they wouldn't let a drum set or anything, so you guys had to make an acoustic thing, right?
Yeah.
So that's why you actually came together and be an acoustic band, right?
Right.
Yeah, because you played in El Paso at some bar, and they're like, we're not going to have amps.
Yeah, because the first show we ever did was actually like
Electric.
full-blown electric.
We played, there's video and recordings of Boomtown with drum set electric. I mean, a lot of the songs from our first EPs, when we got together and played the show, were like kind of a representation of what we'll be doing tonight and like what the new record is.
You mentioned that, like a lot of bands in this scene, you do the Thursday through weekend schedule.
Yeah.
So many bands nationally tend to route a tour where they may only play 4 or 5 days a week, but they're trying to go in a certain direction and then route back through. Everybody in this scene seems to do it weekend by weekend.
Yeah.
Why do you think that fits, for you guys anyway?
Man, you know, I think Texas and Oklahoma, they're big enough to where you can do that. You can play a different city, a different venue, the whole year, you know, and just do Texas and Oklahoma. I mean, that being said, even with the next couple of months, we're going to be getting out to New York City, getting up to Chicago. We're definitely stepping away from that a little more, and I think that ultimately that's kind of the goal. You know, we love Texas, we love Oklahoma, we love what the support that we've received from everyone that comes out to the shows, and we just kind of want to broaden our horizons. You know, that's what we're hoping is going to happen with this new album we have coming out in October.
Tell me about that record.
Well, we started recording actually last October. From in Austin, Texas, with our buddy Frenchie. He's our producer. We recorded the track down by the river out there, and yeah, we went out to Tornillo, Texas. Yeah, you tell us. I got a line.
I know Tornillo, Texas.
Yeah, so in Tornillo, Texas, in the middle of 3,000 acres of pecan orchards, is a studio called Sonic Ranch, and it's the largest residential recording studio in the world. You sleep there, you wake up, they cook you Mexican food. They have the best gear in the world.
Yeah, oh my God, dude. Coming from you, I mean something.
And there are other bands recording there at the same time, right?
Yeah, they have
who was there when you guys were there?
Nick Zinner.
Yeah, Nick Zinner from the Yeah.
Eating breakfast with that dude, like, had this big hat, all in black, walking through the pecan orchards with the, you know, like on the way to breakfast. Breakfast is at 10 a.m. Everybody has their own room. They can house 5 bands and record them at the same time, and every band member will probably have their own bedroom. You know, like good shower facilities to go to, and it's a dream way to make a record.
Really
like,
best gear in the world too.
You know, when you a lot of people when they make records, what strikes me is that, you know, they'll go to the studio at 10 a.m. and then, you know, have to drive there, and, you know, it's, you know, leave at whenever, I'm tired, you know, I gotta leave. No, at Sonic Ranch, you go there, you wake up, you eat, it's music, you're on until, you know, as late as you want to go. If you want to record 24 hours straight, if you have the stamina, if you can do it, you can just stay out there recording. If one guy gets tired, you know, like, you go to sleep, man, I'm going to work on some guitar tracks. You know,
here's Jimmy Page's Les Paul. Here's
I got to play
Esquire.
Jimmy
you can
Page's
pick up whatever
Les Paul.
You want, just plug it in.
Yeah, there's a picture of me playing Jimmy Page's Les Paul.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like,
you.
Led Zeppelin is one of my favorite bands. So
I'll show you a picture here
it's pretty amazing.
Okay. It's unreal.
Yeah.
Email it to me, we'll put it up.
Oh yeah,
I
definitely.
mean, it's just like you can get so much more done in 1 week at that studio than 3 months in a studio in a city where you have to go in at 11 and the dude's late, and then you're leaving at 5 to beat traffic, and it was so, you know, like it was awesome. I hope that we can continue to make records there.
You said it's out in the 3,000-acre pecan?
Yeah, it was amazing.
What area of Texas is that?
Right before you hit El Paso,
Yeah.
going
so it's out
west.
your way.
Yeah.
Right.
45 minutes outside of
45 minutes outside of El Paso, and it's pretty much on the border of Mexico too, really close. I think you can actually ride down to the
I rode
border.
a bike to the actually put my hand on the fence, you know. It was,
Careful.
I'm surprised, you know, good old boys didn't come with some guns or something.
The militia.
The Minutemen.
Yes.
You know, you're not allowed to leave. Well, I mean, you can leave, but I mean, it's pretty much like you don't have to, so you don't want to.
Self-sufficient.
And if you need anything outside of there, they've got staff that have
Coffee,
been there for years.
espresso all day long.
I mean, they're just they cater to you, even if you're like Jimmy Funk and the Fish Shooters. Like they don't. It's just experience this, man, and not stay here at the studio, man. I'll go out to the next little town and get you some cigarettes or some beer if you need it. You know, this or that. And lucky for us, we have friends, our families are in El Paso. So we can call them up. Hey, man, come on out, Sonic Ranch. They come out, bring some beers, whatever, fill the fridge up, you know, and
Tony Rancich too, the owner of Sonic Ranch, is part of what makes that place so special, man. It's kind of his vision. Really eccentric guy, but he also has this wine collection like you've never seen, man. Like Chateau, Mouton Rothschild, Lafitte Rothschild, all this like legit Bordeaux from the. He even has a Lafitte Rothschild from like the late 1800s, unopened, just kind of in his collection.
Yeah.
Probably terrible now if you open it up and drink it, but
you would throw up.
Yeah, that's something to say.
Yeah.
Like you have that.
yeah.
But the whole recording ambiance in Sonic Ranch is amazing, and our producer Frenchie Smith he really brought our songs to life out there. And we spent 2 weeks out there. We spent 2 weeks out there. We spent time with our families at Christmas, and then after Steamboat Music Fest, we went back and did the remaining tracks at the Bubble in Austin, Texas, Frenchie's studio, our producer studio, and added all the vocals, all the bells and whistles, you know, to really make it shine. And that new record's been ready completely done for
almost
at least 6 like 6
year.
months. Yeah, it's been a year since we started.
Right.
Around 6 months since it's been completely ready. So we're just like antsy. We want people to hear this.
Yeah.
Nice plumber crack.
So it sounds like you've got the methodology for the studio record down.
Yeah, man.
You guys are getting a reputation for live show. Any plans to record the current live show?
One of these days. Yeah, we, it's hopefully that can happen. I think it's something we all want. A lot of people ask that. You know, we want that same live energy from the show. I mean, they say like the records you have out are great, but it's not like the show. What I'm excited about this next record is I think it's the closest we got to capturing some sort of energy that we bring. You know, we know how to
while adding other instruments.
While adding
to the equation.
It's gonna
freak people out.
It's gonna freak people out, man. But I think the true DRB fans, who know what we're about and who know what we enjoy doing, they're gonna stick with us. You know, they're gonna continue to go on.
What I
don't like.
And what I really like about it, honestly, and I've been telling a lot of people this, you know, because I mean, we all listen to a lot of music, and I've listened. Example, one of my favorite bands, Drive-By Truckers, when they were starting out, you know, you got Patterson, Jason Isbell, and Cooley. You know, it was almost like you could play 3 seconds of the song, pause it, boom. Hey man, who's gonna sing this song? Who's singing this one? And you're like, I think it's Isabel. Play, and it's Cooley. You know, you're like, I think that kind of about our record. You could play a few seconds of it, and then who do you think's gonna sing it? Marco, Nino, CJ, whatever. Like, and it's, you never know. Like Skate and Destroy. That sounds like a song you would sing.
Really?
Yeah, and it's, you know, like kind of like, and you pause it, and then it's like the cowboy of the group, like for people who just think he's a cowboy. You know, it's like kind of throws you off a little bit. I find that interesting. I like that.
On this record, I think on the last record, we try to display our what we enjoy listening to and what we enjoy making. On this record, we definitely expanded on that. There's a singer-songwriter folk aspect about it. There's a indie pop aspect about it. There's a just country aspect about the rock and roll. It's all there. It's all there. I think it's just refined. You know, we've definitely refined it over the last couple of years, and with our producer Frenchie. So, like, needless to say, we're fucking stoked to be able to hear it.
Yeah, man. Like, I've been telling people when's it coming out. Like next month, like a year. Next month. It's coming out next month.
I hear my train a-coming